working with.
Third team on the floor is Brad Claus, King Whitestone, and Chad Barlow, the officials, and we're underway here at Callahan Hall. That's Yason Montero, 10-point-a-game junior, 6'5", launching the three, too strong. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off the fingertips of Lawande Grand. Yason just 25% from beyond the arc. He's now 1 for 8 from three-point range over his last 4 games, Earl.
Well, it's going to be a battle of the zone.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
Coach, thanks for the time. Defense today, and we'll see whose zone is most effective.
Not a make
good active defensive hands there by Gidjul.
A friend that's always honest with you.
No.
A friend that trusts you.
A
friend that will never hold you back. Say hello to your friend in wireless.
Over to PJ Maxwell on our right side. There's Davis with the up fake. Couldn't lose the defender. 2-3 zone is what Eastern Michigan likes to play, and they've come out in it today.
They're effectively forced turnovers. They just
gifters, we're thinking of you.
And then in the second half, Kent State
touch is the most important thing that I do. I like to feel things. I love something feeling intuitive. I love something feeling natural. It's awesome. It gets me super excited.
We can spend our dollars with many different companies, but we spend them with goodwill because they.
Boubacar was a junior newcomer last year, so he's in a second season with the program, but he was the first newcomer, Earl, to start with back-to-back double-doubles since George Gervin at Eastern Michigan back in 71-72.
And I tell you what, that's a Hall of Famer there, George Gervin. Some kind of NBA career and a great player for Eastern Michigan.
Darian Spotsville is going to pick up the foul. The 6'3" junior out of Phoenix who played his high school ball under Mike Bibby, former Arizona Wildcat and NBA point guard. Won 3 state championships at Shadow Mountain High in Arizona. Maxwell feeds up top for Marquise Moore. This is your first time watching a men's game this year. You'll notice the 2 lines, the women now playing on that inside line, the men a little further back on the red outside line here at Callahan Hall. Another Titan turnover.
Eastern Michigan has done a good job defensively so far. 2 trips down the floor and 2 steals for Eastern Michigan out of that zone.
Spotsville has it at the left point. Good cross-court pass and a nice job closing out by Maxwell, and then he's going to pick up a foul.
Well, I'll tell you, the Titans had a productive practice. The last practice I was able to attend, and those guys really worked hard on playing that zone defense, and that's something that's going to have to come together and get better as the season go on. But Coach was pretty pleased with the way they played it at the last practice session.
Another alley-oop. This time it's Ty Gross throwing down. 3rd team All-State out of Ypsi Lincoln. He's a redshirt junior, and his numbers are up big time. 4 points as a freshman, 5 as a sophomore, and now leading the team at 13 a game. Eastern Michigan with the early lead. The step back 3 won't fall for Antoine Davis, a 26% three-point shooter this year. That's down 12 points from last year. Nice double move by Torrey to draw the foul, and this is where I thought the Titans might have some trouble. He's dealing with some bigs right now, points in the paint. 2 alley-oops are the reason the Eagles are up front. Now Boubacar is going to go to the line where he is a 54% free throw shooter.
Well, the Eagles look to take the jump shots. They definitely look to attack the basket. With Boubacar on the inside, that's going to be a problem for the Titans. We talked about that in the open. You can't allow them to get those lobs down there. And so far, you haven't seen them take any perimeter shots. Pretty much everything's been going toward the basket.
Torrey Hills from the Senegal. His parents, Lamine and Fatoumata, try to catch any games they can when video is available on the internet.
Tell you what, he's a pretty agile 7-footer. He runs the floor extremely well. He can block shots, and he's pretty active. I'm sure the NBA scouts' eyes will be on him. They always like looking at 7-footers.
Boubacar Mohamedou Torrey, his full name. Fires and fills them both. And Eastern Michigan's out in front by 6. 17 and a half to go in the first half here on the home opener for the Titans. Hope you're enjoying this locally on WADL and across the country on ESPN+. I'm Denny Kapp alongside Earl Cureton. Marquise Moore gives it up. Titans trying to find an open look. There it is. And an air ball thrown up by Moore. Leads the team in three-point shooting at 50%. Eastern can't control the rebound. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Titans got to get one off here quick. Sideline out of bounds. The trigger will be Alonde Grant.
Well, two different approaches right now. You know, the Titans are trying to look to attack from the outside with the jump shots, and you see Eastern Michigan taking everything toward the basket. And Eastern so far has been successful in their attempts.
Titans bring in their designated three-point shooter and Willie Isiani.
That's a guy that can knock the three-point shot down. He'll be good against the zone.
90% of his shots this year from beyond the arc. On the drive is Moore. Drew some contact underneath. Yes, and one. Foul called by King Whitestone up top, the official.
It was a good aggressive move that time by Marquise Moore. He looked to attack the basket. He was able to take the hit and knock down the basket. A chance for a three-point opportunity.
6'6" sophomore out of Los Angeles. Marquise Moore is a 75% free throw shooter, I should say.
See there, he kept his focus on that shot.
And he knocks down the free throw as well. Good look on the replay. Rob Rancourt twisting the dials back there on the replay. Good to have our full crew back for this first men's game here at Callahan Hall. Yakeson Montero twirls it, gets it back. And now he hits a three, 1 of 2 for the game. He missed the game's first shot from beyond the arc. Eagles back up by 6. Antoine Davis, Horizon League preseason player of the year. Nominee for the Wooden Award, Lute Olson and Jerry West, as BJ Maxwell misses his first shot. Gidgewell couldn't control the rebound, but the Titans get it anyway. The shot clock resets. Did
a good job of keeping that ball alive. Titans were able to get it back.
Davis from the 248 area code. The Titans hustling and get another look at this.
Well, they don't have to move that ball. You know, they have to keep the ball moving against that zone. The more you make that zone shift, the better chances you have at opportunities of getting an open shot.
Eastern Michigan has been unable to contain at least 3 rebounds here on the defensive end, and part of that is the Titan hustle off the ball, chasing them down and forcing Eastern into some tough decisions. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. BJ Maxwell will take the entry pass, 70 feet away from the bucket. Isiani from 25, too strong. And BJ Maxwell's going to pick up his second, and that's not how Maxwell wanted to start his career here at Detroit Mercy. He's going to have to come out.
I imagine he's a little nervous, you know, sitting out most of the season with that broken hand, and then all of a sudden, you know, thrust into the starting lineup.
Not sure if the Titan coaching staff doesn't realize he has 2 fouls, or they're just going to let him play, but he's playing with 2.
Well, saw him signal to the coach that he was okay. He's a 5-year senior, and maybe they're going to take a chance on him playing with him.
Ty Gross has it, sideline right. Gets it back from Barnes. Too strong. 28% three-point shooter. He's made 9 this season. Eagles 7-1, Titans 1-6. Davis has that one go off his knee. It'll be Eastern ball when we come back. 15:26 to go in the first half. Eastern 9, Detroit Mercy 3 here on WADL and ESPN+.
I am not a deductible.
I'm not an invoice.
I'm not a claim.
Health insurance can be complicated.
Plans, benefits, all that stuff.
But not with HAP.
They help me choose a health plan.
The right plan, the right cost.
And they help me use it.
To get the care I need.
Health insurance is not easy.
But HAP makes it easier.
Are you ready to envision the future without limits? A future with a boundless need for critical thinkers, with leadership skills, deep knowledge, and strong values. University of Detroit Mercy has more than 100 academic programs and a personalized setting designed to prepare you to imagine and build that future. Detroit Mercy. Build a boundless future.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
26 in the second season under Mike Davis, who scored over 1,200 points in his time with the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah, he definitely can put some points on the board. He's a great coach. Been successful everywhere he went. We had a nice run in Indiana. Texas Southern, last team he was with, and he's looking to put these Titans in place.
Rob Murphy, the head coach at EMU. He is a Detroit Mumford alum. He didn't just play hoops there. He also was an all-state football player.
He learned from the best under Syracuse. Boeheim.
Seven-year assistant under Jim Boeheim, and 2 years previous that at Kent State. Isiani, ball fakes, trying to go high-low, and Antoine Davis misses from 14. Davis is 0 for 3 to start this contest. Boubacar Touré. Titans collapse on him underneath, force the pass, and then B.J. Maxwell picks up his third. No. A push-off going to be called on Chris Barnes.
Offensive foul. That was a little dangerous gamble back there by Maxwell, but he did a good job of getting in there, and I think now they may get him out of there. They don't want to gamble with him anymore, and see Brad Calipari coming into the game.
Titan fans' first look at Brad Calipari on the home court. Of course, the son of the legendary coach John Calipari at Kentucky. Detroit Free Press earlier this year hinted that there may be a game coming up here in Detroit, possibly at Callahan next year, featuring the Titans and Wildcats. Some speculation. We'll see what happens, but that would be cool.
That would be real cool to get Kentucky to come into the building.
Isiani goes left side for Marquise Moore.
Well,
Reach-in going to be called there on Noah Morgan. We haven't even called Noah's name. He's averaging 12 points a game. He's coming off a 21-point effort against Valpo. It's been a really nice season for Noah. Calipari and Davis play catch up top. And Isiani's going to get called for the walk. Calipari, turnover number 3.
Calipari's strength is shooting the three-point shot, and they're looking for that to be effective. They got a couple of guys out there with Isiani and 3 guys out there that really can shoot the long-range shot, and hopefully they can get this offense going.
In addition to the 3 turns, Earl, Titans are 1 of 7 from the field and 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. Something's got to change here.
Good ball movement, shifting the ball around. And like I just mentioned, they got 3 good perimeter shooters out on the floor. And Justin Miller just coming into the game is another guy that can fill it up as well. So offensively, they should be ignited with these guys.
Yanks and Montero. Nope, check that. Darian Spotsville with it right side. To the corner it goes, and the 3 is made from Thomas Benelli. Now 5 of 7 this week after making his debut earlier this week against Valpo. And that is a guy the Titans are going to have to keep an eye on. He's deadly from outside, and that's the only shots he's taken in his 2 games. 3 ball for Antoine Davis is too strong. He's 0 for 4 to start. Titans 1 of 8. Nice hesitation move there by Barnes. And good job by Davis to close out and force a bad shot there by Benelli.
Yeah, he did a good job of challenging that shot that time, getting a hand up, not giving up on that play. And these Titans will roll as Davis rolled, and right now he hasn't been able to connect on any of his shots, and I'm sure that's going to change here soon.
Benelli hails from Bologna, Italy. Went to Bergen Catholic his senior year in high school. I'm assuming that's in New Jersey. Antoine Davis. No, and the Titans now 1 of 9 to start this contest. But another offensive board, and that's what's really kept them in this game. Strong move to the hole. Davis gets bumped. And they are going to get Darian Spotsville, the 6'3 junior, out of Phoenix.
Spotsville's not happy with that call. He wants to know if the referee's letting him know you hit him with the body going to the basket.
This is Spotsville's first year at Eastern Michigan. He spent his first 2 years at Fairleigh Dickinson, sports management major in Ypsilanti. Davis up top. And there's Moore looking for a second triple, and it rims out. Yakeson stepped into that one, and a timeout called by Mike Davis. This one getting out of hand early. Eagles 14-3. My, oh my. Hey, while we have a moment, want to work this in. The Horizon League basketball championships tip off at the highest seeds March 3rd and 5th, and 8 teams, 4 men and 4 women, going to look to advance to Indianapolis and reach the Horizon March 9th and 10th at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. You can score your tickets. Visit HorizonLeague.com. Tickets start there at just $10. Should be a festive atmosphere in Indianapolis. A good place to host something like that.
Well, the Titans are really struggling at the offensive end of the court right now. They just getting some good looks. Marquise's last shot was in and out of the basket right now, and they're just struggling to get shots to fall. And right now, that's the difference in the ball game because Eastern Michigan has been able to connect.
So after opening up with 7 on the road, of course, Titans opening at home today with Eastern Michigan. They're going to hit the road, take on Notre Dame early next week, and then they are home for 3 in a row. Toledo, Northeastern, and SIUE. Get your tickets, by the way, DetroitTitans.com or 313-993-1700.
Definitely not shying away from the competition, that's for sure. Notre Dame.
Short corner Davis. Far wing now for Marquise Moore. Eastern doing a great job closing out, and Calipari knocks that 3 down. Now, over his last 6 games, he's hitting 50% from beyond the arc, 14 of 28. This is after he started the season 0 of 7.
It's one guy that can shoot the basketball, and they're hoping that he can release some of the pressure off of Davis because you have to pay attention to him when he's wide open.
Got a little caught up on defense, but got bailed out on a travel underneath. Calipari finally starting to get some opportunities. At Kentucky, it was going to be hard pressed for him. He played in just 45 minutes total as a freshman and just 24 minutes as a sophomore. He eclipsed those numbers after 2 games here. Calipari with the up fake. Good dish and a drive by Moore, and that one will not fall as the Titans dropped to 2 of 12 from the field. A 3-ball by Moore and a 3-ball I should say by Calipari. 3-on-2, and the layup's good there for Moore. He's got 5, and the Titans are back within 6.
Well, that's what they want to do, create some easy opportunities out of that zone. The defensive pressure can create easy offense for the Titans.
Barnes wings it left to Montero. Bring it up. Second triple of the game for Yakeson. Ties a season high with 2 triples. And the Eagles push the lead back out to 9.
A lot of depth with this Eastern Michigan team. They had 5 guys scoring in double figures.
Antoine Davis with the step back 3. Finally on the board, and Rob Murphy wants a timeout. 17-11 his Eagles by 6 as we approach the midway point of the first half here at Callahan Hall.
It's the holidays. Time for family, food, and freaking out about what to get for your parents. Socks? Candles? A sock candle? Wait, just get them a Nest Hub from Google and give them what they've been asking for all year. More photos of you. So when they're not playing their music or checking the weather, there you are. You on vacation, you and their grandkids. Forget you, just the grandkids. One more grandkids. Happy holidays. Love, Nest.
For all the families, big, small, chosen, and frozen. Whatever you give, however you gather, we're thinking of you.
The Home Depot helps you find the tools people love and then get them for those you love at the store or shipped to your home. We have even more ways to do the holidays your way. Get a Milwaukee or DeWalt kit, your choice, just $99. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Build a boundless future.
Yakes and Montero leading all scorers with 9. He actually has 3 triples. There's a look at Brad Calipari. Last 3 possessions here. This is the Montero third. Nope, this is a turnover before the Montero triple.
Solid fast break, easy offense created that time off of the steal by the Titans.
So these are the last 3 Titan possessions, and this is what forced the timeout. Davis coming off that back screen, hitting the triple from the corner. Titans down by 6. Trailed this one by as many as 9. 12 at 15-3. Alley-oop attempt number 3. This one a little bit short, but it gets tipped to the corner and picked up by Montero. On the drive, Noah Morgan had it tipped off his hands, out of bounds off the Titans with 13 on the shot clock.
Well, these submissions using that size advantage. They look for that lob in the back of the zone right there to try to break it down. And they got some guys that really can go upstairs and get it.
3 from the corner. Benelli misses that one. He's 1 of 3 now from beyond the arc today. All of his shots from three-point range. As Moore drives, gets to Harm, and will go to the line for 2.
That's what the Titans want to do right here. You can see Marquise Moore is getting out in the break right there, evaluating the court, and he sees he's got an open lane. He gets in there and able to draw the foul, and the Titans need to get more easy opportunities, and the turnovers will make that happen for him.
Moore played a senior ball for the Woodstock Academy. I believe that's in Connecticut. He had 9 members of his senior squad get D1 scholarships. That's pretty darn impressive. There's a look at Mike Davis.
Real impressive right there. Mike Davis is a hard-working guy. He wants to win basketball games. And his approach is to get out on the road and play some tough teams early in the season.
They've accomplished that. They had a pretty crazy road trip we'll get to at the next break, or during our next segment, I should say, that included a cross-country trip that almost went a little awry. 15 on the shot clock. There's Benelli from the corner. Now 1 of 4 from range. And another loose ball just volleyballed around, and the Titans come up with it. Eastern Michigan is missing the 50-50 chances today, but leading on the scoreboard. Inside for Justin Miller. And the kick out to Moore won't go, but Miller with the offensive board. Calipari too strong with the 3. For 269 pounds at 6'6", Miller gets around pretty good.
Yeah, he's a little deceiving out there. It doesn't look like he can do some of the things that he can do, but he's capable.
Lob inside. Good pass out of the post there by Shamar Dillard. He's rewarded and fouled. The dish from Montero, and Dillard will go to the stripe for 2, where he's a 79% free throw shooter. The 6'6" freshman out of South Bend's Riley High School.
Dillard will look to attack. You know, he spends a lot of time on that free throw line. That's part of his submission's plan, is to take the ball to the basket and get those easy opportunities.
Rattles home the first as EMU improves to 3 for 3 from the stripe. Dillard's parents, Alan and Paris, checking in on ESPN Plus today. Miller's going to come out. And into the game comes Gidgewell. Gidgewell getting his first start of the season if you tuned in late. A really different looking starting lineup for the Titans. Gidgewell, LeGrand, Davis, Moore, and B.J. Maxwell, who picked up 2 early fouls and got pulled out about 5 minutes ago. Calipari with a nice pass to the corner. They left Davis open, but Davis couldn't hit. Oh, they're going to get Calipari on the travel.
He got a little happy feet that time. He caught it and didn't put that ball down first, and the officials were right on top of that.
You can take 2 steps to shoot, but apparently you need to put it on the floor first. That's the message.
Got to put it down. Got to put it down.
Benelli's going to come off after a tough start. 4 of 6 in his EMU debut against Valpo from beyond the arc. Not as strong this afternoon, 1 of 4. Montero working it high-low. Nice dish in the post, and Torrey will feed Gross, and Gross finally gets on the scoreboard.
They're doing a good job of penetrations and kicks, and they get the ball in, and once you get inside the gut of a zone, that's when you can really break things down.
Actually, that's going to be Gross's second field goal. He had an alley-oop dunk earlier as well. So Gross
Well, he'll look to attack as well as he can knock down an outside shot. You know, he's an all-around player. More impressively, he's a good offensive rebounder. He'll get in there and get those extra boards that Eastern Michigan needs.
And he's got 5. On the drive, Moore bounce pass underneath was a little lazy. Telegraphed that one, picked off by Eastern. Good ball movement and a whistle as Gross got it inside and Torrey was bumped.
Well, they talked about getting around and fronting the big guys underneath the basket down there. You can't allow them to catch the ball right in front of you. You need to get in front of them and not allow them to catch that basketball. It's a lot of problems when they do.
Willie Isiani's going to check in, and coming out is Chris Brandon, who came in for a short spell. Both teams now with 16 fouls, so they're going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. That is a very unforced turnover, and Rob Murphy is livid, to say the least.
He's letting them hear it.
6th turnover for Eastern Michigan. Wide open Isiani. Oh, came up short. Good attempt by Gidjewel to tip it to a teammate up top, and instead it turns into a run out, and Shamar Dillard's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Marquise doing a good job of stepping in, taking the charge that time, and that's what they'll have to do. I mean, if you can step in, and this team's going to look to drive the basket a whole lot. So if you get in position, you can draw those charges against them.
Marquise Moore goes up top for Dwayne Rose Jr. Tried to get a hold of Derrick Rose after the Pistons game last night and asked for a scouting report, but he slipped out before the media could get in. Titans turn it over. Up ahead it goes for Jason Montero. And Montero knocks down his 4th triple of the first half.
Titans have got to do a better job of finding him out on the court. And he's knocking down those shots. You can't afford to leave him wide open, especially in a transition game.
EMU matching its largest lead of the game. It was 15-3 earlier. Now it's 25-13. And I mentioned Derrick Rose. Derrick is the uncle of Dwayne Rose Jr. as Antoine Davis gets bumped going to the hole. That's going to be free throw time for Detroit Mercy after this timeout. 7:58 to go in the first half. Hasn't been pretty, but the Titans are still in this one here at Callahan Hall.
Remember the kid who always jumped first? The one who taught you to follow your heart. We seek those relentlessly committed to the lives and well-being of our brothers and sisters. The belief that a better life for everyone is our calling. We celebrate the kids who jump first. Because before equity of care was news, we were making it happen. We've been building it for 100 years. The world is finally catching up.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
I am not a deductible.
I'm not an invoice.
I'm not a claim.
Health insurance can be complicated.
Plans, benefits, all that stuff.
But not with HAP.
They help me choose a health plan.
Wait.
Walls.
Wait until you get them.
Basic
Health insurance is not easy.
Set a career, but HAP makes it easy.
Mac.
Titans down by 12, 25-13 with a little under 8 minutes to go in this first half. I'm Denny Kapp alongside Earl Curitin. The Detroit Mercy Titans have hit the road to start the season and traveled
10 seconds left. First quarter,
Cardano
Hillary.
First 7 games, included a trip to Vegas. They've been out to
Has to hurry
Wyoming.
now.
It's
Three-pointer.
Dealt with NBA trips.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's college students trying to get through this.
Right, that's pretty grueling, especially with schoolwork going on and all those things that happen that can shake you a little bit. But I tell you one thing, it's preparation. Playing against the Wyomings and the Clemsons and the Notre Dames, and you playing against those type of teams, you start to build some type of character out of it.
Shot clock is off.
You find out what your team's made out of early in the season.
First of two is in for Antoine Davis, and one thing that these student athletes have going for them, Earl, is there's about 8 guys that are business majors, so you figure maybe they're taking some of the same classes.
It's Bucknell with a 3-point lead over toward Mason. Welcome back into Eagle Bank Arena. Steve Colby and our crew happy to have you along.
Coach Davis
Bucknell has won each for the last 4 games in this series against the Patriots, going back to 1988.
Nice lob inside
But
for
4
Torrey.
of their wins
Don't have an answer for that.
by 4 or
Isiani, though,
points in this
hit the ball as Torrey was
all-time
bringing
series.
it up. That
This
was
is
kind
the
of a
8th
lazy
meeting between these two
post
programs.
move there by Torrey. Antoine Davis cannot get that long ball to go. He's now 1 of 8 from the field and 1 of 7 from three-point range.
He just crashed right into the scoring table over here.
And we're underway here in the third quarter.
Out in transition, they get out, and right here you see
Brugler
trying to get, that was a frustration foul more by Davis right there after taking that shot that didn't go down.
Brugler against the Patriots.
I was looking at the stats, making sure that our listeners were informed.
I was watching it.
Now
sure he didn't come over the top of the scorers table. But
that would have been a problem.
Very many vendors.
I was calling a high school final once at the Breslin Center as Montero has 1-1.
That's
Casper
out for defense. One too many steps. Left
baggage cart and left.
It's going to be a busy few days. That's when I know
Merry Christmas, sweetheart. Show her that you know her with Pandora Jewelry this holiday season.
Getting through the holidays is a whole lot easier with an away suitcase. Just ask Amelia B here. My son's away carry-on was accidentally left off of a plane during a snowstorm, got run over by a baggage cart, and left in a snowbank for 5 days before being discovered. Other than a small mark, there was absolutely no damage whatsoever. You know, I fell on a snowbank once, and there was a lot of emotional damage. Give the gift with a lifetime warranty at awaytravel.com.
Site. Bucknell 4 and 3. Welcome back inside.
Like to hit
into the corner, no save by Cardano Hillary, but right to the Walton. Nyla 3 of Kaminsky to pick up. Trying to fix to it. Plymouth, no rebound opportunity.
That time by the Titans to keep that ball in their possession. Really fought to get it back.
It's also a really nice defensive move by Gross to seal the Titan on the far block.
It's one thing that the Titans
27% from the field. They 51 attempts.
All summer long shooting the basketball, and I don't imagine that they'll stay as cold as they are for the rest of this ball game. They got some guys that's capable of knocking down shots.
Pass goes into the backcourt, and Marquise Moore finds Jordan Gorman back there. Good move by Rose as Antoine Davis gets a rare spell on the bench. He's averaging a team-high 36 minutes a game. I don't know if that got on the air, but Rob Murphy not happy with Yateson's decision-making in the corner. 6 and 16 to go in the first quarter. Eagles by 13.
Titans are doing a good job of forcing some turnovers, but really not taking advantage of them right now in the game.
Here's a look at Willie Isiani. Is it my imagination, or did Tommy the Titan sleep in today? I haven't seen him around.
Hasn't made an appearance.
Wayne Rose Jr. pulls up from 10. Good job on the back tap there by B.J. Maxwell. Good hustle as Rose now rebounds his own shot.
Tell you what, extremely athletic right now. Just can't seem to find a touch around that basket.
Not the truth. It's been the story all season long. It's Antoine Davis and pray for help. Good pass by Maxwell inside for Isiani, and Isiani gets tied up. Gross ties him up. I'm really impressed by Gross on the defensive end. He puts so much effort on the offensive end that to bring that same effort on the defensive end says a lot.
Well, right there, and he's right on top of it. He gets two hands on the basketball. He's able to tie that thing up. He's an all-around player. He plays both ends of the floor.
Justin Miller going to check back in. Miller has that James Harden beard, Earl, but that's about where the comparisons end.
With a 5-year senior.
Antoine Davis back in the game for Detroit Mercy. They've taken a step or two to try to feed that inside. That's a turnover. He averages 6 turnovers a game, but talked to his brother as Eastern turns it over. Mike Davis Jr., assistant coach, and he said those turnovers come from passes. They're unselfish turnovers. They're going to get him for an elbow, a loose ball on Jalen King. No, they're not. Foul's going to be on Davis.
See
or
here,
Marquise Moore, I should say. Marquise Moore.
Battle for the basketball underneath right there. It looked like Marquise had his hands on it. I mean, that's kind of a little unfortunate. He got called for that foul. I didn't see where he committed a foul. He lost the ball, but it seemed like he committed that foul.
It was odd. Here comes a 1-and-1. Team foul number 8 on the Titans. Jalen King, a 38% free throw shooter. Just 3 of 8 at the stripe this season. He's a junior out of Pasco, Washington's Kings Academy, where he played football as well as basketball. Averaged a double-double his senior year. And the business major at Eastern Michigan. Has that one roll off the heel. E.J. Maxwell feeding inside, and that's going to send Justin Miller to the stripe, and he will be shooting 2. Titan fans following from afar. B.J. Maxwell, if you tuned in late, playing in his first game this season. Had some shoulder injuries over the summer, got over those, and then he dislocated the thumb in his shooting hand. Missed 6 weeks, had the cast taken off yesterday. He's playing today, and the coaching staff is going to be relying on B.J. Maxwell by the end of the year to be the 2-punch and the 1-2 combo of Davis and Maxwell.
Well,
but here's Justin Miller shooting free throws.
You look for Miller and Maxwell. You know, both of these guys are 5-year seniors. They got some experience, and you look for them to bring something extra to the table for you to help the guys out this year. And I mean, right now, it's been a tough schedule, and as the season goes on, you see these guys improve.
Justin Miller hits the free throws. He came to Detroit Mercy via Louisiana Lafayette. Now, I think they officially changed their designation to just the Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken, but that's where he came from.
Andrew Toney's old school. Used to be Southwest Louisiana.
Gross lost his footing on the floor. They're going to have to wipe up the condensation sweat there. That's going to be a travel. Saw Louisiana playing some football before we came down here. They're in the Sun Belt Championship game. They were trailing 7-0 when we were up there enjoying the extraordinary media buffet here at Callahan Hall.
Well, I mentioned Andrew Toney. A lot of people don't know who that is, but that was one of the great Sixer players that I played with. That put a lot of numbers on the board back in the day.
I was a little too young to remember him, I'm afraid. Miller going to go to the line for another 2. Justin Miller, a graduate transfer, or actually he may be just an immediate eligible transfer. I'm not sure if he's a graduate transfer. Business major, wants to be a sports psychologist at some point down the road.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's a wide body underneath that basket. He can take up some space down there, left-handed. Got a nice touch around the basket. Just got to get a little bit more aggressive, work a little bit harder to help these Titans.
35-17 the score, by the way, in that Louisiana Lafayette game, thanks to Jeremiah Hergott using the ESPN app, where you can also watch our games on ESPN3 and ESPN Plus, feeding us that information. Jeremiah, the former sports information director today, working on the graphics department, keeping you updated on the score. Like you see the score bug on the bottom of the screen, says EMU 27-18. Officials going to take a look quickly at a replay. We'll finish the thoughts on Justin Miller, in addition to obviously his work in the classroom and his work on the court. One of the things that inspires him the most is his mother, Cindy. He says his mom is his biggest influence, and you really look for family guys when you're building a program. That's what Mike Davis is doing here, and Justin Miller is an example.
No doubt about it. He's a guy, like I said, can bring some leadership to this team. A guy that's been around, some experience, and they're just looking for him to, to get a little bit more aggressive, probably get into a little bit better shape, and he could be a big asset for the Titans this year.
Miller also brings a winning pedigree from high school. He was a state champion at Beaver Dam's Owensboro High in Kentucky, where he averaged 17 points and 9 boards in a tournament run his senior year, and he's putting up almost those kind of numbers here. A little less on the scoring end, but the same amount of rebounds and effort here at Detroit Mercy in his senior season. So the officials took a look at what they wanted to see. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 4:47 on the game clock. The score bug on the bottom is accurate, and we get play back underway. Yanks and Montero. Side to side up top, and a bad pass off the fingertips of Ty Gross. B.J. Maxwell, his first points as a Detroit Mercy Titan. Goaltending called by EMU.
Tell you what, the Titans are right in striking distance. Despite the fact that they're not shooting the ball really well, they're still right here, only 7 points down with 4 minutes to go in the half.
Not shooting the ball well is an understatement, Earl. 4 of 24 before that goaltender.
And that's what's so
17%.
So amazing that they're only 7 points down and not being able to put the ball in. Can they imagine what could happen if they start knocking down some shots?
They've been winning all the 50-50 balls, Earl, and maintaining possessions and valuing every possession, even if they're not scoring, and that's important. Montero, as Morgan steps into a triple, no. Put back, though, by Ty Gross.
That's an area where he excels. You have to box him out. Don't allow him to get those offensive tip-ins.
Gross averages 1.5 offensive rebounds a game, Earl, and we're seeing it on display here as he pushes the Eagles back up by 3 field goals. Corner triple by Maxwell got tipped, 10 on the shot clock. Antoine Davis wide open for 3. And he finally gets one to roll in.
Those rims are so soft up there. I mean, the ball hits the rims and it's just kind of floated around and hit every area of the rim before it went down.
Now 2 for 8 from beyond the arc is Davis. He is a 25% three-point shooter. Just 2 of 9 now in the game. He's only taken 1 two-pointer. There's a turnover. Titans on the 2-on-1, and B.J. Maxwell, little out of control, got that ball swatted away. You like the hustle. Now it's just about finding the bottom of the bucket. Titans down 6 with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
It's the holidays. Time for family, food, and freaking out about what to get for your parents. Socks? Candles? A sock candle? Wait, just get them a Nest Hub from Google and give them what they've been asking for all year. More photos of you. So when they're not playing their music or checking the weather, there you are. You on vacation, you and their grandkids. Forget you, just the grandkids. One more grandkids. Happy holidays. Love Nest.
For all the families, big, small, chosen, and frozen. Whatever you give, however you gather, we're thinking of you.
And Doug.
And now, for their service to the community, we present Limu Emu and Doug with this key to the city.
It's an honor to tell you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And now, we need to get back to work. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's finally catching up.
(29-23), Eagles by 6. Eastern Michigan trying to do something that no team has done since 1993. And that would be defeat Detroit Mercy in its home opener. Wayne State, the last team to do so.
The Titans are going to try not to let that happen here this afternoon.
In the box, trying to find an answer, but they
get the win up in Eastern Michigan last year.
Antoine Davis sends it far corner now for Jordan Gorman.
T-Mobile makes the holidays easier. Like this.
3-ball for Davis. Swing. Ring it up.
We know he's capable of catching on fire right now. Despite the fact of a slow start, it doesn't take long for him to heat up. And when he heats up, boy, it really gets hot.
He slams the court with his hands. Fired up now on defense.
to play. The floor.
Titans are on a 12-2 run. No longer as Ty Gross triples.
Gross answering the bill, showing ability inside
17 free throw
attempt.
Often finds her once again.
10th triple of the season for Gross. Titans turn it over. Cartori just took a shot to the face. And he's going to have to be stopped. He's wobbling. That was certainly not intentional.
Job down the stretch at the free throw line, and they win it 67-60.
Feeling his mouth and his lip, like maybe the lip got shoved into his tooth. Looks to be okay, not seeing any blood. But the way he was wobbling immediately after would lead you to think he needs to get checked out on the bench. I'm good, he says.
He says he's good. He's checked it out. The initial thrust from that hit in the mouth slowed him down.
All right. Chris James brings it up the court. 6'2" freshman out of LA. In it goes for Torrey. Bump underneath, and Torrey slams it home. And a whistle,
and Coach Davis is pleading for that offensive foul there. He turned and hit him and knocked him to the floor. And Davis is saying, hey, my man stepped in, had good position, he got hit.
They didn't. That's a great replay. They're not getting him for hanging on the rim, are they? Because Miller was right underneath him. If he comes down right away, he crushes Miller.
So you're allowed to protect yourself. You can grab the rim and protect yourself when you go up after a dunk, and so I don't think they can call that.
Well, then what was the whistle for? There was no reason to stop play.
I don't know, maybe delay a game. I don't know exactly what they.
I don't know. Antoine Davis gets killed. What was the word I was looking for there? What's that little wrestling thing where the guy goes like that? I mean, he just got clothesline. Clothesline was the word I was looking for.
Forearm shiver, whatever you want to call it. Hit him hard there.
Davis will shoot 3. I don't mind. Not a wrestling person by any means, but there's a women's official that comes in here from time to time and was here this week, Linda Miles. She was a former WWF wrestler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she played Shaniqua on that wrestling thing back in the early 2000s.
Used to be some good stuff back in the day. I remember going down to Cobo Hall watching big-time wrestling.
Yeah. Davis bends at the knees, fires and fills, and that's a good trip to the stripe as the Titans are within punching distance, down by 5 despite shooting just 24%. 11 turnovers for Eastern in the first half, a big reason why.
Well, I give Justin Miller a lot of credit. That's great, Justin Miller holding his position down there. Solid defense on the block. He gave him every move, and Justin hung in there with it.
And that was not a smart foul there by Torrey. That was a frustration foul. Miller did a good job boxing him out, and Torrey just lost his cool and wrapped him up.
Well, I tell you, Miller's not a guy that you can move very easily. He's solid down there. I don't know exactly what he's weighing right now, but it's definitely a wide body on that low block down there.
6 points, 9 boards in his last outing was Miller. He had 5 offensive rebounds in that loss to Kent State. It was just 2 of 13 from the field. He's rebounding nicely here on the home court.
Well, that's what Coach Davis's hope is, that he can give him some type of inside presence. You know, the Titans doesn't have a lot of size and height this year, but this is one guy that he's looking to give him some inside play and offensive rebounds around the basket. He does have a nice soft touch with that left hand.
He doesn't have an official field goal attempt, but he has 6 free throws made. Fouled all 3 times. He's gone up with it. And the Titans have pulled back to within 3 as Antoine Davis smacks the floor. High post there for Jason Montero from 13. Controls his own rebound. The putback won't go on the board. He's ripped away by Justin Miller.
Titans getting it done on the defensive end of the floor.
Davis up top, and big eyes for Jordan Gorman on the drive. Some contact underneath, and Miller with his first official shot of the game's a miss. Minute to go here in the first half. And on the drive was Chris James, and a block's going to be called. On the baseline, it was Marquise Moore. A couple of Eastern Michigan Eagles in double figures. Montero is for the 7th time this season, leading Eastern Michigan with 13, and Ty Gross now has 10 points, 6th time this season in double figures.
I got 5 guys that scoring double figures, and that usually leads into good play all around when you got guys. When you're putting points on the board, you have a tendency to do everything else well.
Chris James, a 6'2 freshman out of LA's St. John Bosco High, where he averaged 14 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals this past winter. Criminal justice criminology major. As the Eagles up by 4. Gorman gets it inside, working it high-low, and Miller's pass does not pay off as B.J. Maxwell continues to struggle.
And that's a shot you got to put down. A great pass by Miller that time, and he wasn't able to convert the easy layup underneath.
Talked about it earlier, the 4-year senior out of Abilene Christian High. Maybe a little nerves in his first game. Out of control pass there. Noah Morgan, I think that went off his fingertips a little early, and then he will be called for the offensive foul. Out of control on that pass.
There's the drive to the basket right there, and once again you see Miller stepping up, tries to throw the lob over top, and Titans are getting it done really on the defensive end of the floor. That's another stop, and the need to take advantage of it.
Looked like he slipped there and was trying to go rainbow there for Torrey, and instead it was a bullet past Torrey's belt. Wasn't expecting it, and that, as you mentioned, the 12th turnover by Eastern Michigan here in this first half.
The Titans needs to turn some of those turnovers into points. Those are opportunities that they could definitely take advantage of.
Right now, 15-9 points off turnovers in favor of Eastern Michigan. Titans just 9 points off all those turnovers. Travel going to be called by Maxwell.
And that's just Russ with Maxwell right now. I'm sure he'll have the opportunity to play in any games. As far as shuffle his feet that time, and all that stuff is going to come. I think now that he's back in the lineup, and he's getting him out there and trying to get him acclimated into this lineup.
Jason Montero did not get that one off in time, and the Eagles going to go into the half up by 4, 35-31. Earlier thoughts on this first half?
Well, obviously,
coming in.
Yukon enfrentando a Seton Hall, que no está vendiendo nada barato el resultado.
Esto es para Megan Walker. Esto no tiene, de veras no hay forma.
Vaya en NC State.
Spotsville reads the D. And here's Montero losing the handle. And that is Montero's 3rd turnover of the game. Antoine Davis had a rough first half. Got hot a little late. Davis 3 of 10 on the game, 3 of 9 from range. EMU forces a turnover. And up ahead comes Chris Barnes.
Crashing right
Marquise Moore. And Marquise Moore crashes right into the table here.
I was ready. I was getting my hands up. I was going to grab ready to catch him if he came over.
Good thing you had that bottle of pop there capped correctly. Otherwise, we would have had a mess. 35-31, your score at the half. Almost a minute into the second half. No change in that score. And now there is as Ty Gross hits the high glass and lays it in.
Titans forced that turnover right out of the half. They got to take advantage of those. Once again, they jump right to a turnover, but Titans come up empty on it.
Both teams turning it over in the opening minute of this second half. A little sloppy start. Marquise Moore sends it to the left side. B.J. Maxwell in his first game as a Titan. Good pass out of the post by Miller, and the triple is good for Antoine Davis.
Oh, that's a good sign. It's a good time for him to catch on fire right now. And if he can do that, he can open this game up for the Titans.
That's 16 for Davis. Ty Gross driving, and they pointed at Antoine Davis. Nope, it's not Antoine. It's going to be Chris Brandon.
Davis, teams are paying a lot of attention to him. When you're 3rd in the nation in scoring and put up the kind of numbers and had the kind of freshman year he had, it's going to be, he draws a lot of attention. Now, things are not as easy this year as it was last year when teams weren't expecting the explosions that he put on.
So Brandon short spell, the uncle, or I should say the nephew of John Lucas, the former NBA player head coach, is over as he goes to the bench. Antoine Davis getting tied up in the backcourt.
We got a lot of nephews on this team. John Lucas, Clyde Drexler's nephews on here, and Derrick Rose and, you know, Mike Davis' son. We got a star-studded team here of former players.
So the foul was called on Yates and Montero. That's his second. Each team with one team foul here in the opening 2 minutes. Slow start to the second half. Miller works it down low, backdoor cut. And Alonde Grand's layup attempt was recycled.
Another missed opportunity by the Titans.
Nice jumper there by Noah Morgan from 14. His first 2 points of the game. This is the guy who averages 12 a game, coming off a 21-point effort against Valpo on Tuesday. Eastern would like to see him heat up. Marquise Moore gets it in for Miller. Backs down Torrey. Throws it up over the 7-footer, too strong. Torrey out of the post. Chris Barnes, the no-look pass up top. Spotsville's going to walk it back to center court. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Torrey's going to come up and set a screen. Spotsville can't hit the bunny. Oh.
Both teams getting this easy opportunities, not able to put them down.
Davis on the drive, a whistle. Going to get Spotsville on the foul. Titans going to bring in Dwayne Rose Jr.
Titans definitely got to find a way to get the offense going here, and you know, it's got a little bit more than Davis knocking down shots. They need contributions from different people.
Top of the arc with it, Marquise Moore. Here's Antoine Davis, step back. Long three won't fall. And the rebound pulled down by Torrey.
He made attempts to get rid of that ball 2 or 3 times, and finally he said, well, I guess I got to let it go.
Titans a -5 in rebounding this season. There's going to be a foul push from behind on Dwayne Rose Jr. Right now holding their own against Eastern Michigan, a +1 today. Torrey now has 5 rebounds to go with 6 points. We profiled him in the open. Titans have done a relatively good job with him. This is Morgan into a double team, and he forced it up, drew contact, and scored it anyway. And now Noah Morgan's starting to heat up.
It's Eastern Michigan's game. They like to attack the basket, like to get inside, and that's to their advantage when they can get down there and score those easy baskets.
There's Dwayne Rose Jr. getting it into the paint via Antoine Davis. Nice bounce pass there from Davis. Open in the corner was Marquise Moore with the triple.
There you go. We need to get a lot more of those right there. Marquise Moore is able to knock that shot down. He was cold the first half of the game, and wide open look that time and converted.
They're saying that's his first 3. Thought he knocked one down on the Titans' first bucket of the game. He must have had his foot on the line. That must have been a 2 back in the opening couple minutes. Bucket there is good for Eastern's Darian Spotsville.
Titans not really having a shot blocker down there besides Chris Brandon not being in the game, and Eastern Michigan's real comfortable driving that ball to the basket right now.
Moore gets it in for Miller. Good job finding the back cutter and Rose, and it won't go down.
Seen 3 or 4 of those from Rose tonight, missing those easy opportunities around the basket.
Rose slaps his hands right in front of us here at the scorer's table, staring down Noah Morgan, who has 4 points here in the second half. Morgan going to throw up the triple. Rimmed out. More rebound, sends it out to Davis. Full head of steam for Antoine. Cuts right through the lane, and his runner's too strong. Ripped down, though, by Miller. And I think that shot by Miller got adjusted on its way up. And Eastern comes down with the ball, and foul is going to be called on the Titans as we head to the break.
Well, there's Miller right there battling underneath the basket, hitting with the body. He just lost control of the basketball right here and off his body, and here's the shove out of bounds.
Time for Facebook Watch. Oh my God. Baby, did you see that? We gotta show mommy this.
I'm show you what I got.
For all the families, big, small, chosen, and frozen. Whatever you give, however you gather, we're thinking of you.
Push it, push it, push it. Yeah, you got it. Whoa, savings, you got this.
With Regions Next Step, we give you the tools to help you and your money go further.
Yeah, load that lunch, coach. Yeah.
Team Rehabilitation. Visit team-rehab.com.
Denny Cap alongside Earl Curitin. Jeremy Otto, your normal partner who also got engaged over the summer, is playing radio today while Dan Hasty takes a well-deserved vacation.
I heard about that when he sent me a note saying that it was going to happen. I'm going to try to make that one as well.
That's awesome. You say as well. We were having an off-air conversation. Christian Gibbons, our director today, engaged last year, going to get married sooner than later to the lovely Emily Cruz. Congratulations to those two lovebirds. Speaking of birds, Eagles lead this one by 6. Chris Barnes at the center court logo. Gross going to give it up to Darian Spotsville. Long 3 for Benelli. Maybe that's what he meant by Euro.
Man, he let that one go from way out there, way beyond the three-point line.
The Italian missed that one. By the way, Spotsville has 4 fouls for Eastern Michigan. He's playing with 4 fouls right now. Out there chasing down Alonde Grande, who traveled.
Well, we've seen that call. That's the 3rd time this afternoon that we see not putting the ball down on the floor and moving their feet.
Brand's going to come out of this contest. So it is Moore, Rose, Maxwell, Isiani, I should say. A layup inside, and Boubacar Toure starting to have his way inside yet again. Antoine Davis, the 5th member, out on the floor right now.
Boubacar doing a good job of sealing that time, and they threw the ball right over the top. Didn't push off. Caught the ball and got fouled.
Isiani comes off and Justin Miller comes in.
You want to get around in front in those type of situations, but you got to not give a lot of room back there for them to throw that lob over the top. Like the Titans doesn't have a lot of size, and you got a 7-footer back there. It's a difficult play to guard. No weak side help.
Titans shooting 23% on the game. Just 9 made field goals here in the first 27 minutes of play. Torrey with the miss, and the rebound pulled down by Marquise Moore. Jordan Gorman from point to point. Gets it back from Davis. Antoine went up in the air, didn't know where to go with it. Late back cut by BJ Maxwell. And that's the chemistry issues when you're not out on the floor together in game situations. Takes some time to learn each other, and the Titans turn it over. Gross feeds Benelli. There's Torrey. Titans briefly doubled him. He'll work through it and come up just short. Titans want to run. Gorman has it. Davis squares up, launches too strong. Benelli with the board, and Davis falls to 4 of 12 from beyond the arc.
Forcing him to take some tough shots from out there. Even though that one rimmed in and out of the basket. He's had 2 or 3 of them do that here this afternoon.
Gross cuts through the lane and lays it in. Points piling up now for Ty. He's got 14. Strong move by Antoine, and Torre with a rejection. Bubakar's, I should say, 3rd block of the game. He averages a block a game and has had a block in each of his last 3 games. Those numbers going to go up here.
Well, there's Davis, double clutch right there, but you got a 7-footer underneath there. You got to know that personnel. Look to get rid of that one going to the basket.
Our cameraman underneath the basket, Jason Merrow, ate that one for lunch.
That's to Eastern Michigan's advantage when you can send 7-footers after penetrators get to the basket. And on the other end, Detroit doesn't have the ability to be able to block shots like that.
Titans inbound it to the backcourt. Davis will fly down and pick it up. 20 seconds on the shot clock as he crosses half court. Moore gives it up, and that's Gorman. The walk-on out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Davis found the back cutter, but threw it behind him. That's going to lead us to a timeout. 11:45 to go here in regulation. Titans on the wrong end of a 10-point deficit here on ESPN Plus and WADL.
Are you ready?
Kim, I love that Portal lets us have time together.
I know, right? I have so many amazing ideas for the holiday party.
Ooh, top secret?
Yes. Here's what I'm thinking.
Oh, hi, Kim.
Oh, hi, Alex.
So, what are we talking about?
Just stuff.
Yeah, stuff.
Nice. I love stuff. This is such fun. We should do this more often.
Save time this season with Drive Up at Target. Just pull up, tap the app, and get everything on your list. So quick, the kids won't even notice. Make your holiday shopping easy and try Drive Up at Target.
Award-winning interface. Award-winning design. Award-winning engine. The Volvo XC90. Our most awarded luxury SUV.
Push it, push it, push it. Yeah, you got it. Whoa, savings, you got this.
With Regions Next Step, we give you the tools to help you and your money go further.
Yeah, load that lunch, coach. Yeah.
The Horizon League is comprised of 10 public and private institutions, 9 of which are located in top 70 media markets. And next year in the 2020-2021 school year, Purdue Fort Wayne joins the league. You can learn more by visiting horizonleague.com. Denny Kapp alongside Earl Curitin, whose number is going to go to the rafters here in a short time.
I'm excited about that one, boy. I'm going up with some of my great teammates, Terry Duras, the Terry Tylers, the John Longs, the Spencer Haywoods, Dave DeBuscher. Great players here at the University of Detroit.
It's a pretty neat feat. Speaking of Dave DeBuscher, by the way, Antoine Davis
You can make
42 points of becoming the fastest Titan to ever get to 1,000 points. DeBuscher has that record after 43 games.
I can't forget Rashad Phillips that's in the building here this afternoon.
Que en la pintura la defensa la pelota cuando llegan las ayudas hizo un berrinche
contra la pared
de forma motivante para.
Here comes Antoine Davis, a homeschooler himself. Titans have 2 homeschoolers on this roster, the other one being BJ Maxwell.
You can make resolution.
¿Te gusta que
Me encanta. Terminan los partidos.
Claro. Todo en ese y que iban a venir.
Se convierte en
pues Kai Crouch
de las bancas.
Sí. Con corazón.
Victoria en 32. El
works the ball around and does a good job at doing that.
Barnes' third made three-pointer of the season came at the right time. You watch him on tape, he's so explosive in transition that sometimes you forget about him in the half court. Speaking of transition, there he is on the left side taking the pass from Spotsville, but he couldn't hold on to it. Barnes fires up top, and Shamar Dillard will slow things down. Giving it up to the point guard. Spent 3 years working under one of the best point guards in Mike Bibby. 4 years, I should say, at that Shadow Mountain High in Phoenix. Bibby taught him well. The rest is his natural talent. Shot clock violation. The Titans force one there. Detroit Mercy's got to take advantage of these turnovers. You brought it up in the first half, Earl. Down 13 right now. That was Eastern Michigan's 15th turnover.
Well, I tell you, offense has definitely been a struggle here this afternoon for the Titans. It's not able to convert the shots.
9 points off the first 14 turnovers today. Detroit Mercy is averaging just 66 points a game, which is the least amount of offensive production I can recall in many years of filling in on the men's side here.
Eastern Michigan's done a good job of holding its opponents, and I don't know exact figure on it. Maybe you do. I think it's 58 points a game, somewhere right around in there.
It's good for 15th in the nation, but that's also with that qualifier that their first 3 opponents weren't D1 schools. But that is true. Foul on the way to the basket, and they are going to get Jalen King.
Right here, you see the penetration. He's able to get inside the double teams right there. Doing a great job with that zone, but the foul was committed that time. Those arms have to stay straight up. You can't bring them down.
Marquise Moore knocks down the first of 2. Parents Regina and Wallace checking back in out in LA. He had a great game on that road trip at Wyoming. 8 points, 9 rebounds. Really flourished. That road trip, by the way, to Wyoming was a story that Mike Davis Jr. was sharing with me before the game. It was one of those 48-hour turnarounds that they've done where they started at Clemson out in the East Coast, South Carolina, took a flight to Denver, had to deal with the altitude, a 2-hour bus ride from Denver to Laramie, Wyoming, and then played with the most rock-hard basketballs that Mike Davis Jr. said he had ever seen in college basketball. It was the most bizarre experience he could remember. Corner 3 is too strong. Titans do a white-on-white collision underneath, and Antoine Davis got tangled with Chris Brandon. Both went down. Eastern Michigan's going to pick up the foul, though.
Still a lot of time in this ball game with 9 minutes to go, and still looking at an 11-point ball game.
Another foul by Jalen King. Not a good day for him. 9 minutes, just 0 for 1 at the stripe, and 3 fouls. King goes back to the bench. Antoine Davis, 16 points. He's 4 of 15 from the field and 4 of 12 from range. Bullet pass inside, and he turns it over. No, he doesn't. They're going to say it went off an Eastern player. Almost his 5th turnover of the game.
You got to get that ball up a little higher around the basket to your big guys there. You don't want your big guy bending down by his ankles trying to catch the pass, and you got to get him up higher.
Moore gets it in. Brad Calipari's checked in. He's trapped in the corner and stepped out of bounds. Timeout on the floor with 8:47 to go. Titans trailing this one by 11 on ESPN Plus and WADL.
Kim, I love that Portal lets us have time together.
I know, right? I have so many amazing ideas for the holiday party.
Ooh, top secret?
Yes. Here's what I'm thinking.
Oh, hi, Kim.
Oh, hi, Alex.
So, what are we talking about?
Just stuff.
Yeah, stuff.
Nice. I love stuff. This is such fun. We should do this more often.
Hurry in for buy
one, get one 50% off ornaments at Big Lots. Live big, save lots. Big Lots.
Surprise! A new Buick? For me?
To James from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Sana'd myself.
I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year.
I love it. I love it.
Don't forget you this holiday season. Get an SUV from Buick. Celebrate the holidays with up to 25% below MSRP for current eligible non-GM owners and lessees on most of these 2019 Buick models.
Discover automatically matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year. Dollar for dollar. Millions of people a year get their cash back matched. What are you waiting for? Unlimited cash back match, only from Discover.
8:47 to go in regulation. Titans trail this one by 11, 50-39. I'm Denny Cap alongside Earl Curitan.
Even 11 points down, you know, with almost 9 minutes left in this ball game, still give you a lot of time to get back into the game.
Not a bad day here in Metro Detroit, and of course downtown Detroit as well. If you're watching from out of the area, it's supposed to get up to 50 tomorrow, I believe. Got an email from my local golf course telling me they're going to be open. Antoine Davis, top of the arc. Sends it to the corner. Calipari misses it. Now, I inadvertently said Calipari stepped out of bounds going into the break. A timeout was called from that short corner.
That jump shot was deflected shot last time down there.
Calipari gets the ball, volleyball to him.
Second quarter, they had
Davis gets the shot blocked. Here comes Ty Gross the other way. Eastern Michigan going to go into what they call their Utah set right now.
Control 400 elementary did in her rookie year.
Chris Brandon doing a great job of getting down and going after that basketball that time.
Tournament, and she made the
7:45 to go in regulation.
Columbia had
Eagles
a really nice
11.
push there to start the third. Orange County emerges with the lead, 38-30.
The wait is over. T-Mobile is lighting up 5G nationwide. While some 5G signals go only blocks, T-Mobile 5G goes miles. Beyond the big cities, to the small towns, to the people. Now, millions of Americans can have access to 5G on T-Mobile. And this is just the beginning. T-Mobile, the first and only nationwide 5G network.
And as we start,
Save up to $100 on select fireplaces at Big Lots. Live big, save lots. Big Lots.
When rivals turn into friends, that's when a house becomes home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Health insurance is not easy.
You can make resolutions to improve your style, treat yourself better, and be smarter with your finances. Or make one.
Hasta que llegó en el segundo partido.
Hablamos de Caleb.
Looking Eastern Michigan team than a year ago, Earl. The Eagles last year had a lot of me guys, and as it was explained to me before the game, some
Mireños, hacemos pausa y
has made this a much more
Van a subir.
Chócale.
La
mitad del primer cuarto arranca.
Double figures, they're sharing the ball a whole lot more than what they were a year ago, and that probably will pay off for him in the long run.
Estadio.
Así es.
With it at the left point, Titans down by 4 possessions.
Mente. A veces,
claro,
lo mismo. Y ahorita.
Matchup, this zone that they're playing, they paid a lot of attention to Davis, almost a man-to-man out of the zone on him when he's in the game.
Second triple of the game, 15th over the last 5 games. He's shooting over 50%
para esta chica.
A su equipo cuarto.
Noah Morgan.
Para
más en la
second half here for Morgan. He was kept silent in that first half. Had 3 points early and
extendiendo
a little bit. Now he has a chance to go to the stripe and do some more damage.
Well, it was good body control that time. He came to a jump stop, nice little up fake right there, and was able to draw the contact.
He's an art major at Eastern Michigan. Spins it. And it pops out. Morgan was part of the first ever state championship team at Mount Vernon High School in New York. Averaged 18 points and 7 rebounds as a senior. Played his freshman ball at Fairleigh Dickinson and a sophomore at Northwest Florida State. That's an ironic school name to me, because where is Florida State in the state of Florida? It's in the northwest corner. That's Tallahassee. He went to Northwest Florida State. Free throws don't go down for Noah. Titans still down by 8. Justin Miller, good lob inside and unable to do anything with it because he was wrapped up. Was Chris Brandon.
Make an attempt to get that high-low game going there. You have to find a little bit more space in between those two guys, Miller and Chris Brandon right there, a little close together, wasn't able to convert that.
Each team with 5 team fouls now. Check that Eastern with 6. So after this, the Titans will be heading to the free throw line the rest of the game. Gorman finds Calipari. Calipari's going to have to move to find his shot. Isiani back over to Calipari. Good runner, but he came up short. Miller with the board. And Marquise Moore with a hesitation. Like Miller finally turns it over. There were some good-looking passes, but the Titans just couldn't get their shot off quick enough, it seemed like.
Well, they're all perimeter passes, and that ball's got to go inside. You got to go inside out with the zone. You got to break that zone down and force the defense to collapse, and that's just not happening, working the ball right around the perimeter.
That's kind of where the Titans' lack of size comes back to bite them. If you have a 6'10", a 7-footer, you can get that ball in and reverse course pretty quickly if he's a good passer, and that's what you really look for, and the Titans maybe kind of lacking that size in the post right now.
Well, it's got to be some cuts through the middle. It's got to be some inside-out play, just popping it around the perimeter right there. You're not going to get very much. And Eastern Michigan are long and they're rangy. They recruit just for this zone. They get guys as athletes out on the perimeter that's long arms that can extend it and make it very difficult for you to score.
That was turnover number 15 for the Titans. Earl Eastern Michigan has 17 of them. EMU came into this one a +6 on the season in turnovers, but again, that's with the asterisk of 3 non-Division I teams they played to open up the year. Their numbers are starting to come back to earth, as their color analyst on radio says, Matt Derry, former Titan analyst, water finds its level. Too strong, and Marquise Moore with the board for Detroit Mercy. Eastern in a shooting slump, as is Antoine Davis.
Davis trying to make something happen there. He took that one right away. It was kind of a rush shot that time, but a couple 3-pointers would be real nice for the Titans right now, being down only 8 points.
Rob Murphy frustrated. We got a timeout on the floor with 5:19 to go. Titans down by 8. And this is a good opportunity for us to remind you that you can stay up to date on all things Horizon League by visiting horizonleague.com. We'll take a look at that upcoming schedule in just a moment, but you can interact with the Horizon League by using @Horizon League on Twitter and downloading the Reach the Horizon podcast. Fans can also join the conversation by using hashtag HLMBB or hashtag HLWBB. So we mentioned a little bit earlier that they're going to hit the road and take on Notre Dame early next week. That would be Tuesday. There's Bookman.
That's my guy. He said he's reading regardless if we up or down. He's always going to be reading his book, but he's always paying attention to what's happening on the basketball court. He's a permanent fixture here around Callahan Hall.
Let's take a look at that game here on December 14th coming up on Saturday. That is going to be a doubleheader with Toledo. The men and women both taking on the Rockets. That should be a lot of fun. And for women's basketball, it's Alumni Day. So come out and join us here at Callahan Hall. A full afternoon of basketball. The women tip at noon, the men at, I think, 3 o'clock, 2:30ish.
Look forward to doing it. Toledo has got a pretty good basketball team this year, and that should be a great contest between the Titans and Toledo.
Get your tickets at 313-993-1700 or visit DetroitTitans.com. Arian Spotsville brings it up across the timeline. 5 and 12 to go in regulation. Eastern Michigan up by 8. Rob Murphy not happy with the speed of the cuts right now. He still gets an open shot from the corner, but Ty Gross was off balance. And Eastern shooting struggles continue.
They're leaving the door open for the Titans right now. Just have to find a way to get some offense going because the door is standing
Regional Activity Center, Cullowhee, North Carolina. Welcome you to our ESPN Plus broadcast of women's basketball.
Attempts. They've been scoreless now for almost 6 minutes.
Right now, there's no inside out. That ball is just going right around the perimeter, and
for what
they're able to guard that
during the basketball per ball game. So not a lot of people down in the South might cross. Vikings
in the month of November.
Nadia Dumas jumping
the 5th of November, and the
Jamea Brack, Jewel Smalls.
Take advantage of it. Montero driving from the corner. That was all set up because Isiani was a little slow getting
Cleveland
up.
State.
There was a man behind in every rotation.
His squad.
Even though Eastern Michigan
will come back
shooting the ball
full minutes here in this opening frame. They end up with 18 as it left her hand, but hits back iron.
And the Titans on the other side of the court offensively, that ball is just moving right around the perimeter. It makes it really easy for Eastern Michigan to defend that.
Montero transferred in from Pensacola State, where he averaged 11 points as a freshman and 17 points as a sophomore. He's a sports management major at Eastern Michigan. Middle name Jose. Yaxon Jose Montero. Parents Alejandro and Rosa Isabel try to catch games when they can down in the Dominican Republic. So that gives the Eagles their first points in over 6 minutes.
Stopped with continuing to have help her. She won't get it as the
on the drive. Davis
his wife Molly in attendance.
And the triple is good for Southern Gorman.
It's on the board in that opening frame.
Did a lot of that at Wright State Lake.
Again, after Braxton.
Yeah, the 6 minutes, a total of 9 minutes over the
after again, we saw early on in the ball game, 13-point lead.
Meaningful minutes here in his junior campaign. Detroit Mercy within 7, despite shooting just 22%. 11 of 50 on the day, and an offensive foul as Isiani takes the charge.
Isiani doing a great job of stepping up. That's going to be there. Those opportunities. If you step up and take those charges, you can get it.
3 and 21 to go in regulation. Should be a good finish here on WADL and ESPN Plus.
Kim, I love that Portal lets us have time together.
I know, right? I have so many amazing ideas for the holiday party. Ooh, top secret? Yes. Here's what I'm thinking.
Oh, hi, Kim.
We mentioned Miller.
Oh, hi, Alex.
Date.
So, what are we talking about?
Date.
Just stuff. Yeah, stuff.
Nice. I love stuff.
Which Kylie
to reach the 3.
This is such fun. We should do this more
score
often.
for about 4.5. Miller. But the freshman Martin
award-winning interface.
Kylie Hill trying to figure things out for his squad.
Award-winning design. Award-winning engine. The Volvo XC90. Our most awarded luxury SUV.
Finally deflected out of. Continuing to have trouble with 11 turnovers, but
wow, crazy.
I never heard music like this.
The United States Postal Service goes the extra mile to bring
All the
your
music that we
holiday.
just heard is like you can feel layers and colors. It has these details. It's like magic. It just opened up my mind. For real, it's energy. People are gonna feel that no
Miller.
matter what. It's beautiful.
For Western Carolina, help her. She won't get it. I think he got to the plate. One low. Third took. They look to be in a 2-3 zone to start things out here. They've been very good. They might go back to some of that man-to-man, but will come to a close.
The Titans in the second half are 4 of 19 for 21%. And all 4 field goals from beyond the arc. They have not hit a 2-pointer here in the second half.
Well, you know, if you look at the zone that Eastern Michigan is playing, you know, the big guy is way beyond the middle of the court, daring you to drive that ball to the basket. They kind of leave the center open. You got to get something on the inside of it, but we've pretty much got perimeter shots.
Line as mentioned, 59 opening frame to her right.
Fun in the
Small.
And trying got away.
In the trailing, the biggest deficit of the ball game in that.
Top of the arc, Antoine
1 for
Davis.
2. Plant
Davis
away.
The runner won't fall. Board pulled down by Darian
balance.
It was a rare inside
White. Fire. Tennessee. 17th here at Mile. Launches a 13 very tough loss for Western Carolina here tonight.
Yeah, the Catamounts had a 4-point lead.
Ty Gross, left side. That's Noah Morgan. 4 early points this quarter, or shall I say half, and nothing since. And another shot clock violation. To the front court comes Antoine Davis. Davis gives it up for more. There's Calipari. Calipari's come on hot today. Gorman had some isolation. Wasn't comfortable taking spots still to the hoop. It paid off. And Isiani knocks down another 3. 5 made field goals here in the second half. All triples for the Titans.
I'll tell you, the Titans with 2 minutes ago, they are right in striking distance right now. So they can get a couple of stops.
Well matched.
It's where they're at.
High school for the Red Storm, Tiana England. They're starting.
We are top. The lead is 4 now for Eastern Michigan. He lost Davis for a moment. Tried to split the jerseys, and Davis comes up with the tie-up. Possession arrow is going Detroit Mercy's way. It'll be Titan ball.
Well, here's a big opportunity right now. You know, the crowd is kind of getting into this game. They can sense that the Titans got an opportunity here to close this gap of 48 to 52 with 1:44 left here in the game. And big possession for the Titans.
Calipari gives it up for Isiani. Isiani drops low, and Antoine Davis trying to force the issue. Gets the ball knocked out of bounds by Eastern. This is exactly what you've heard Earl talking about all game long, is the Titans' inability to work inside out against the zone. They're relying on Davis to drive, or maybe a loose ball to some way work its way inside, but it's been a rough go, and that's why the Titans have had to settle for so many 3-pointers today.
Well, that's an unfortunate turnover right there by the Titans. You know, not unable. We've seen the long pass all the way into the backcourt all game long, and we can see why, because they're not able to get that ball in bounds underneath the basket.
Spotsville's going to have a timeout call. Just 75 seconds left in this one. 52-48. Eagles have the ball up by 4. Titans have a number of family connections throughout their athletic department. Earl, the most famous, of course, being Mike Davis, and Mike Davis Jr. is son. as well as Antoine Davis, an assistant coach and the star of the basketball team. Director of track and field Guy Murray has his daughter Caitlin on the cross country and track teams, and the Horizon League Student Athletic Advisory Council representative Kyrie Jackson is a senior on the women's track and field team. Her freshman sister LaGarry Jackson is joining the program this year as well. Soccer, Olivia Pera is a junior on the women's soccer team, and her brother Gabriel is a freshman on the men's team. Men's soccer team also features freshman twins and Aiden and Liam Spratt. Those are some of the things going on here on campus at Detroit Mercy. A proud member of the Horizon League.
A couple of good father-son duels with the McCallums here a few years ago. Ray McCallum, a great player here for the University of Detroit, 3 years, and made it into the NBA, and now Antoine Davis and Mike Davis.
Minute 10 to go. EMU up by 2 possessions. And Ty Gross gets tripped on the way. They're going to get Antoine Davis with the trip. Out-of-town scoreboard in the Horizon League. IUPUI getting blown out by Ball State 83-43 in the second half. At the half, out in Kalamazoo, Western Michigan leading Youngstown State 40-34. And Wright State at home trailing Indiana State 38-33 at the half. Still to come, Oakland's at Bowling Green at 4 o'clock. UIC at home against ITFW. Green Bay on the road at Eastern Illinois, and Cleveland State visiting Kent State.
At the helm picked up her 70th career victory against Loyola Marymount.
In the last
in California, 70-7 all-time record, and for St. John's, they're coached by John Tartamel in his 8th season. He is nearing 150 victories. Storm have made Tartamella have a chance for the Red Storm. So, Kayla, both of these teams seem pretty well matched on paper. The Bulldogs have played one Big East foe already this season. That was Providence in the first half. Now they get a Behrman. And we've got some news.
That had loose ball foul written all over it, but the whistle didn't blow.
Titans still able to hold possession right here, and just same story
Titans
all afternoon long.
Love to get to the stripe, where they're 15 of 16 today. 15-second differential, game clock to shot clock. They're going to have to score and foul at this point.
She did a great
Davis
job
from way downtown.
Relationships that I have on the team.
And that's the shot you settle for when you can't move the ball.
Hide the number.
Well, he's been forced into taking a lot of those shots right there.
They've got Roxy being Roxy. She took
over. Wants to take. That's the only
really going after it. Each team
short St.
target.
And a Big East opponent. Final 10 minutes.
The all-time series 32-5 here at Callahan, 59-18 overall. This series debuted back in 1908. It's a long time ago.
Tell you, Eastern Michigan gave the Titans every opportunity in the world to get back into this ball game, and the Titans just haven't been able to find a way offensively to get anything going.
Eastern continues to miss at the free throw line.
She is averaging.
Davis to Gorman. Rebound pulled down there by Yakeson Montero, and with 7.3 seconds to go.
Yale just keeps hanging around.
As Mark Champion would say, that may have been the dagger.
Minutes to go in this game.
You know, from beginning to end.
10 minutes of action.
Set to offensive end of the floor. I mean, only shooting 22% first half.
Attendance.
And
the folks
haven't got much better here in the second half of the game.
A 14-point win for St.
They wanted to do. They took Yale out of.
Jackson makes it a 5-point game. Montero with 16 points, 3 of 6 from distance, a perfect 5 of 5 at the stripe in 33 minutes of play. Titans led by Antoine Davis, 16 points, but on 4 of 20 shooting.
It's been more like a free throw competition.
Gorman launches the 3. Splash! 1.6 seconds left. Antoine Davis going to call a timeout. Or I should say Mike Davis, his father, is going to call the timeout. Gorman looked really comfortable stepping into that 3, and the walk-on maybe earning himself a few more minutes in this rotation today.
What, he hit a couple of big shots for them. They desperately lead. Not too many guys have been able to do that.
Here's another look as the Titans had to push that one up quickly.
He stepped right into that way beyond the three-point line, kind of a desperation shot.
7-23 a year ago, 3-15
There was a lot of confidence in that shot. He didn't look nervous at all. We may not get a chance to talk much about this after the game because of our tight time constraints right now. We're open. BJ Maxwell, certainly a work in progress. Successful 3 years at Abilene Christian, coming off this injury, and today not the day he wanted.
To get an opportunity to see what he had, try to get his confidence going. I'm sure it's going to be going forward. He'll get his playing time in. He'll get the rust off. He'll get his timing down, and he'll be a player that'll be able to help the Titans. By the time Horizon League starts.
Titans going to go for the steal here. If they foul, it's double bonus for the Eagles. 10 team fouls already for Detroit Mercy.
No choice but the foul here.
Pass goes deep. That's how you do it. Ty Gross dunks it home. That one will count. 55-51, your final score here at Detroit Mercy. And for the first time since 1993, the Titans are defeated in their home opener. Final score, 55-51. The Eagles prevail.